Oh my God, now the karma is crazy. And now that child, the third generation, is going to have more work to do. Karma, as I said before, is all balanced frequencies. Let me go into quantum structure. When that particle in the universe was created, it started to vibrate for itself. But when it started to vibrate, started to reprint for itself to infinite probability. But each particle that reprints for itself creates its own reality of evolution. Now, because this particle has another one next to itself, they all had that vibrational sequence. One particle is created by 3 sound waves matching with each other. Right? So now when it flickers, reprints itself of another one, right? And this another one has a similar vibration on this one, but yet they have different timelines, different realities, they can create different universes. But because they're in a quantum field, they're starting to interact and bounce off each other in a different degrees. And remember, when they do that, they keep reprinting itself. Mm-hmm. So that interaction started creating now different realities with the cells. So they end up matching together, they're doing different things. And now you're starting to do that. But based on the free will of choosing, this particle end up taking a different reality. And that particle end up taking a completely different timeline of evolution, right? Got it. So that's what happened. That's why, for example, when you see me or you or whatever, we are collectively right now in one unit and one reality in the now, and yet all of us have different timelines of experiences, different parents, different stuff. So that's how you bring now the quantum structure into the matter. Remember, when the parents give birth to you, is a reflection, doom, another version of itself. Because we talk in etheric energy, you mimicking and taking of their energetic field. But that energetic field is a hologram that has the codes of the previous. You carrying their code into. DNA. So you reprint it with some of their actions, DNA, thoughts, and stuff like that. And when now they have chosen here, for example, to do a couple of negative stuff and whatever, came into your reality. So now within your structure, when you were born, you're repeating, or through synchronicity, something is coming of the stuff that they did. And now, through the free will in consciousness, you have to choose to do negative or not to do. But because it's a learning process, you may repeat whatever they did. And oh my God, if you repeat that, you're reprinting through your lifetime, you repeat that situation a couple of times. The problem is that if you're repeating what they did, it becomes more potent on sound wave vibration hologram within the field of consciousness. And then when your child now is born and you were not able to convert it, now your child has more work to do from this family, and now combined together is more work now. Oh my God, now the karma is crazy. And now that child, the third generation, is going to have more stuff to handle with, which life can become very difficult. And this is the reason why the negative entities that they hijacked the planet and the hologram and made an AI, they telling you ahead of time, like in The Simpsons, what they're gonna do to you. Because I told you what I'm gonna do to you. You, through your free will, still end up drinking whatever you should drink. I told you, and this is how they start bypassing the bylaw of consciousness. This is my timeline. I can tell you it's going to be $5 million for you to talk to me, and yet you pay for it. Who is the dummy? Not me. This is my reality. So when that happened, this is how we end up accumulating the crazy stuff, because they tell you in their videos what they're doing. They tell you what they're doing to your kids, and yet you're still sending them into the system that is completely hijacking their consciousness and doing this negative stuff to them, but you giving yourself the illusion that you gotta go to work and you don't have any other ways of doing it. Well, that's an illusion, because if you have to start taking the action to look for solutions, and you know how the quantum structure works, you will create the situations to give you the freedom so your kids homeschool and go to somebody that can really teach them well. This stuff is being through centuries. The negative side knows how the quantum structure works, and that's why we were manipulated. And they were telling you everything the way they want to be, of their perspective, of their timeline. And that's what they say, well, this is a Lucifer's land. Well, what are you doing in there? Get out. But you don't know how to get out because everything they told you is the opposite conversion of what the reality is. And so now you're running on their program and you're looping in situations in karma that was completely off balance with the original state of consciousness that you were made of. You're a reflection of that particle of consciousness in the now. And you are a beautiful being that can shift realities and doing the stuff, but you create it and you allow yourself somebody to overtake you and lower the density of your consciousness, and now you're locked in. This is where the extraterrestrials have to use technologies and organic intelligence to tap into this artificial AI and download your consciousness the way it was Avatar movie. And the reason for that is because we were operating on an AI structure and we didn't know how to get out. So you think it's not AI, but guess what, guys? It is artificial AI hologram because it's mimicking the particles within the field.
Wow.
So everything you create, you actually in an artificial virtual reality that mimics your consciousness. And now they do it with the nano. But I talk about nano. Nano material can actually, these bots can actually heal your body by literally giving operation and get out. So these technologies could be used for negative, could be used for positive. And the people that don't understand how this works, they blasting about it, which is okay from their point of view. This is the information they got, but it's another level on top of that. So if you're intelligent enough, allow this new level of information to come in and observe it and understand that within consciousness, if something happens, it's always a solution for it. But you have to allow these solutions to come in. And if you're closed-minded, it will never happen. So karma is all balanced energetic fields that you need to convert. And this is the reason now why the toughest soul, the most advanced souls are coming to convert the karma so your bloodline can continue. And some people will not make it because it's so difficult to convert, especially if the potency through generations, it became so difficult. That's why it's so difficult to convert the karma, because you gotta let go. You gotta know the quantum structure. How many people know? I gotta forgive the father that molested me. That's what happened to me. I had a stepfather. It's a common knowledge now, that this happened. And do you know that I saw him years later and they tell me, this is Rosen, this is Rosen. And I just sat there. I didn't have a hate at all. I was just quiet. We talk a bit, but I knew that the guy didn't change. If you put him in a situation, he'll do the same. And you have to face it. And I said to myself, what is this guy doing here? But then I said, oh, wait a minute. I have to completely let it go. Why? Because I gotta be in total neutrality. Understand one thing. There will not be and cannot be one speck of particle off balance when you make the shift to the fifth dimensional structure. Because we're talking here, when you download DVD, it has to be 100%, cannot be 99%. If you look at reality exactly the way I'm telling you, you will not get caught up in that manipulation. And when you look at important information like Sam and stuff, have the information, but don't react emotionally, maneuver it. So when you see similarities of whatever is downloaded happening, don't caught up in a drama, create something to maneuver it, because the negative is gonna play in the field and you're gonna play in the same field as a chessboard. Because it's reality within the reality, and Ascension gave the platform to all of us. You need to know the platforms in the quantum structure, how to get out and how to win.
This is...
Does that make sense now?
It's very powerful. And to be honest, it is so magnanimous that, we have to continuously contemplate. We have to
it's very difficult.
Awareness.
Very difficult. It is true. So hold on. We already made it. How you make it is on a daily basis. And if you don't caught up in the daily dramas, You may see in a hologram whatever the collective is doing. Do not react on it. You have a free will how to react on it. Do not comply on negativity. Do not comply through fear. Pull back. Wait a minute. I'm a hologram. My consciousness is telling me where is my location in the quantum field, the longitude, altitude. Where am I? I get it. Thank you. You're working wonderfully. Now let me pull back. Let me put positive emotions. Let me put positive actions. If you have to subside on negative trauma that because you may be scared, it's normal to react because what actually happening in this frequency is blasting you and you're starting to vibrate on it. So the emotion will come naturally. But pull back by telling your hologram and subside your emotion. Any shape and form, go out, scream, yell until everything goes down to zero. Once it goes down to zero, start listening something positive. So now that emotion that you now totally get it, I understand what it is. Move that emotion now and switch it into positive by watching positive video. I don't care, watch Sam's video, watch my video, anything but that is positive. Music, anything, because now you need to convert that blasting and mutate that etheric frequency and replace it with a new signal. And when you replace it with a new signal, your consciousness now with emotion is going to start reprinting new hologram that you're going to shift into based on a new frequency that you end up switching. But who end up switching it? Not your neighbor, you did.
Yes.
It's nobody outside of you because you even project the neighbor. But because you create everything, you can see your neighbor putting a nice video of funny faces for you to start laughing. So you even going to create your neighbor making something funny. So you start raising the frequency. If you know the quantum structure, I promise you, you will create your ascension. It's a singular individual ascension projecting collective. You understand? So it's nobody, it's only you. If you understand that concept and keep repeating it, I promise you, you'll make it. Well, you can't see this stuff if you're not on a similar vibration. This is another thing. You won't see this video. However, you may see the video. How well you're going to study the materials? What is going to be your action the next hour? Are you going to do something positive for somebody else? Are you going to help somebody without expectations of anything in return? But you don't understand that when you project without expectation, it's going to come 10 times more potent to you back from some reality that you never expected. Why? Because when you project a frequency in a quantum field, it's always going to come back. But you don't know from where because it's infinite of probability where it's going to come from within the matrix.
Marina.
You are free.
Yes.
Enjoy your freedom by creating the freedom.
By creating the freedom.
Final statement.